How fucking crazy is this game? How crazy is this game?
It's one of those ones where you just sit here for like the next week going, what the fuck happened there, you know?
23 years when I'm looking at the internet and reading all the bullshit and all these people that think they know about fighting, and I'm not fucking sitting here acting like this is what I thought was going to happen here tonight. But what do I always say? Never judge a fight until it happens. You never know what the hell is going to happen in this batshit nutty sport.
Would you say this is one of the biggest upsets in the history of
Yeah,
the
I
sport?
mean, if you think about Australia, the two biggest upsets ever in the men's and women's division has happened in Australia.
What did you think of, we'll start with Israel, right? What did you think of his performance? I think some people are saying he looked very flat early on. He looked like he sort of didn't deal with the pressure Sean was giving him very well. What did you think of Israel?
Israel looked like he was in slow motion. He looked like he couldn't get off. He looked like he was really stiff tonight. He looked very slow.
Do you think that could be, you know, we always talk about his activity, but maybe there's something to be said that he might be overtrained at this point and maybe needs some time off? Or do you think it's just, hey, sometimes you have a bad night?
Only Israel knows what's going on. I'm very curious to see what he says at this press conference tonight. You know, there are a million things that could go wrong. Some days you wake up and it's just not there, man. You just don't, it's not there. He looked bone dry when he came out tonight, standing up really tall, looked very slow. Even in the fifth round, when everybody knew he needed a knockout to win the fight, there was no sense of urgency to try to finish the fight. So I don't know if he's hurt, if he's, or he just, you know, tonight's that night.
Yeah. Did you speak to him in the cage at all?
What's that?
Did you speak?
Yeah. I said, you okay? He said, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Then go to Sean Strickland. You know, he did what he's had to do, right? He came here, 100%. He beat the champion, 4 rounds to 1.
Came into hostile territory, the whole world talking shit about him, the whole world saying he couldn't do it, a 7-1 underdog, came in, almost finished him in the first round, and won the championship, won the world title, man. So everything that we're talking about right now about how crazy this sport is, when opportunities arise, you jump on them and you take them. And, you know, you should never turn down fights when you get the call, especially if it's for a world title.
Traditionally, we see dominant champions get an immediate rematch, right? But Israel just had one of those with the Pereira fights. So do you kind of, I know this is a Tuesday question, but do you sort of think, well, let's just book it again because Israel looked so off? Or do you just sort of see how the division plays out and leave Israel on the side for a moment?
No, I think you do the rematch.